Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Today is a special episode, as we're joining our new member, Runii Evanara. Hi, Runii.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Tell us a bit about what you look like.
Oh, well, I am a half gnome and half elf woman, just roughly around 22 or so. I have bouncy strawberry blonde hair and rosy cheeks, and my favorite color is green because it complements my eyes. And so I wear just plain brown breeches, but a very nice green blouse with loose sleeves that kind of billow in the wind. And I also have a very sturdy green traveling cloak.
Wow, you look lovely today.
Oh, thank you. I do try.
Runii, you're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be, and why?
Obviously emerald green, because I'm so full of life. That's what my papa says, at least.
Aw, that's sweet. What are your strengths, Runii?
Well, I know some people don't actually think so, but I'm pretty smart, at least when it comes to magic. My teacher, her name is Keen. She's really, really smart too. But she says that I'm lucky that I know how magic works, because otherwise I might have a hard time in the world. I don't really know what she means by that, but, I do like magic quite a lot, and I really like trying to figure out why things don't work and why some spells work and others don't. I don't know, I just find it really interesting.
That is really interesting, especially when you're like, I could swear I did this exactly the same last time.
I know, it's like, what, do I have to say it with the exact same pronunciation every time I cast a spell? I honestly don't think so, but you have to do it for some and not others, and I just don't get it, and I need to know why.
Yes. Is it that they're different schools of magic, and that all the transmutation spells can be pronounced any way because they like change? Why?
I don't know. I never thought about that, but I could totally see that. I have to go and write this down. Hold on. Oh, I guess I can't go right now, but as soon as I'm done.
I like your curiosity. That's awesome. Okay, question 3 out of 15. Runii, what are your weaknesses?
Well, some would say that I don't have a lot of common sense. As much as I'm really good with magic, I can't really find my way around the block. But when you're out on an adventure, you don't need to know where you're going. So I've never really thought that was a problem. People say it is, but I don't think so.
Yeah, if you take the most direct path through a dungeon, you miss all the treasure.
Exactly. And who wants to do that? You never know what magical artifact you might find.
Yes, or trap, or monster. Yeah. All right, question 4. Runii, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in the country of Jesek, which is kind of north of here, I think. Anyway, it's not here, but there's a little city there. I didn't really go there for a long time. My dad moved around a lot. Me and my sister kind of moved in a lot of different places. But what I do remember is that particular city in Jesek had a school where I met my teacher, Keen, and that's where I learned a lot of my magic. It's the school for orphans and whatnot. We also call it the SAL, but that's kind of where I was for a number of years and where I learned all my magic and met some cool people until I thought that, instead of book learning, which is what I'm really good at, I should go out in the world and try my magic for real. And Keen tried to tell me not to because she thought I'd get lost, but that's part of the fun. So here I am, somewhere that isn't Jesek.
You are currently in Nikamui.
Oh yeah, that's the name. I'm also not really good with names, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, when you're in a place, does it... A rose by any other name would still be as sweet or something like that? I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah. I'm not really good at quotes.
Me neither.
Question 5. So you were wandering around. Why do you want to join the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild?
I'm broke. Something that people don't think about is that magic is really expensive. And so when I left Jesek, I had to spend all my money on supplies, and I got as far as Nicomoy, and now I'm here. So, I also heard that you can help people with the fire-breathing kitten, so of course I want to do that, but if I can make money doing it, even better.
Gotta buy those spell components.
Exactly. I can't do my magic without my spell components.
Legitimately, you can't. It's true.
And do you know how much crystals cost to try and act as a spell focus? Thank goodness I have my spell book now, because that can also pair as a spell focus. But oh my goodness, beginning out, I was never able to recover the money.
Yes, actually, I'm not sure what character I'm playing right now, but out of character, I was keeping track of all of my components for Pidge the wizard. Oh gosh, this was several years ago. Out of character. Like, I actually spent a good deal of my hoard on it. It was, oh, yes. Okay. All right. Back to being in character. Okay. So, back to being an interviewer. So, question 6 out of 15. If you were given a 1-minute advertisement time spot during the annual Nicomoy fighting tournament, sort of a Super Bowl, if you will, a sporting competition that everyone in the city will see, what would you fill that time with?
I'd probably fill it with an advertisement for people who are also curious about magic and want to do some experimentation, or are okay with being experimented on, which sounds a little shady, but so I would be okay with it because I need money, and maybe sometimes people also need money, and I do my best to make sure that it's safe, but pursuit of knowledge and magic is good.
It is. The episode hasn't aired yet at the time of recording this, but in pop fiction, Cosmos volunteered to be an experimental subject, and in it, he was gifted a third arm, which for monks is fantastic. You can punch a third time. So,
see? Yeah. Like, being able to just be adventurous and not know what's going to happen to you can pay off.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I get to know what happens without the ramifications.
Yes. Yes. It worked out for both Boltzmann and Cosmos, definitely. Question 7. Runii, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I actually really love to sew and embroider. It's one of the few things where I don't really have to think a whole lot. And I don't know, it's just really calming and nice, and I can just draw what's in my head, which is normally magic symbols and runes anyway, but it's still pretty.
Oh, that's so cool. You could have like a magic circle in a pillow.
That's an excellent idea. Normally, I just do the symbols for the schools of magic and then put like little flowers around it. Oh. But that's an awesome idea.
Oh, I want like one of each of those pillows, like one for each of the schools.
I can get you that.
That's awesome. All right. Question 8. Oh, we're past halfway. Okay. What things in life are still a mystery to you, Runii?
Besides some magics, I guess one thing that's a mystery is people who are uptight, like my sister. Annaril's kind of intense, and I don't really know why. I just don't see why you can't just have fun doing things. But I don't know. I've met a lot of other people like her, and they always end up getting mad at me, and I don't really know why. I mean, I know why, but I don't know why. So, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get it.
It's a mystery. Maybe Anaril could tell you, but can you recognize it yourself? Question 9. What's your annoying habit?
Oh, well, you probably picked up on it already. I tend to talk a lot, and I don't really take things too seriously. So that tends to mean a certain kind of person doesn't really like being around me, which is fine, I guess. I kind of got used to it, but that's not going to stop me.
That's right. It shouldn't. You should be able to be yourself too.
Exactly. And you know what? If I just don't mesh with someone, well, we'll work it out somehow.
Yeah, you can both fight a dragon, like...
Yeah. Or, we can just stay in our respective corners of the room doing our own thing and only say hi once in a while. It's worked with Anaril quite a lot. I haven't tried it on other people because they haven't stayed around me for that long. But, trial and error. If that doesn't work, I'll just try something else.
Yes. You can either embroider the pillow or throw it at your sister. One of the two.
Or do both.
Oh, gosh. Very realistic sister chat. It's true. All right. Question 10 out of 15. Runii, do you speak any other languages?
Yeah, I actually speak Orcish. My mentor, Keen, is half Orc, and she actually taught me some of that at my request. She thought it was kind of pointless, but I thought if she's smart enough to go and teach all of this magic, then there obviously must be some others out there who can. And what if they only speak Orcish? Then no one will be able to know what secrets they hold. So I decided to learn it, and she said I'd be much better off learning Draconic or something like that. But everybody knows Draconic. So instead, I learned Orcish.
That's a very interesting reason to learn a language. I mean, really, it is to establish connections with peoples, right? And exchange ideas. And you're exploring in a way that a lot of other people just kind of are absorbing. That's cool. Yeah. You're making that first contact. I've been watching too much Star Trek. Okay, back in character. You could go lots of different places, Runii. Where would you like to visit?
Eventually, I would like to go and visit Jishope, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Because that's actually where my sister lives right now. I know she wouldn't want me visiting her, but that's the best thing about surprises. And I think besides that, my papa actually has traveled around a lot as a merchant. And so I want to go and find him someday. He sends letters once in a while, but he doesn't really come to visit often. So I want to see him. I think the last place he said he was in a desert or something like that. So I plan on going to the desert. It's a lot harder to survive there wandering around, I think, just given the environment. So I'm probably going to be with the kittens for a bit before I head out there, but that's my plan.
That's a great plan. I mean, if you can make an adventure of it, it'll pay you to travel to the desert.
Exactly. Maybe I can ask the people, what if I put a job posting on the board that's as though it's from someone in the desert, but it's actually from me, and then I take it and show it to people, and I'm like, hey, we should go to the desert, and they won't know that they're actually working for me. Brilliant.
As long as, gosh, in universe, do the other fire-breathing kittens read these interviews when they come out in the newspaper? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. I have to scan the newspapers and make sure that none of them reach the fire-breathing kittens guild hall.
Okay, that was off the record. I won't write that down in the article.
Whoops.
Yeah. Just between you, me, and whoever's listening to this live feed.
Excellent.
Question 12 out of 15. We are entering silly question territory.
Ooh.
Runii, do you like pickles?
Only if they're sweet pickles. And only if they're really, really green.
Oh, the greenness of the pickle.
Indeed.
Do they turn kind of yellow?
Yeah, I don't really like them when they're super, super yellow. I still like them with a lot of that crunch.
You know, fair. Yep. A fresh pickle. Wait, no.
Exactly.
A crispy old cucumber.
Yes.
I'm talking myself out of eating it.
It always was weird to me that people just thought, hey, why don't we ferment this vegetable or fruit, technically?
Oh gosh, it is. It is a...
It has the seeds inside.
It does.
Did you know squash are also fruit? Tomatoes are also fruit. There's a lot of things that we think are vegetables that are actually fruit just because of the definition.
Yep. Makes more sense when it's grown on the plant. You'd be like, oh, okay, that's the green tomato.
That's true.
Yeah. Could we put apples in salty water and make apple pickles? Orange pickles? Squash
don't
pickles.
know. I need to find a barrel and brine.
Put the whole pumpkin in it. Just find out what happened.
I must know. I must know.
All right, question 13. A penguin walks through that door right now wearing a sombrero. What does it say, and why is it here?
It can't say anything because it's a penguin. And I don't know why it's here because this isn't its natural habitat. I don't really know where here is, but I know it's not where it's cold. It probably got lost on some interplanar dimensional adventure, and it's here, lost its capability to speak, and now it just wears a sombrero in hopes of getting tips because of its cuteness.
That's the only way to survive on the streets.
Exactly. What must you do to survive in this cruel world? A world you don't even know, and it's so much hotter than home.
Oh gosh, it's like you in the desert. It should write itself a job flyer.
What if that's why it's here? It's in the fire-breathing kittens hall to ask us to help it. I must save this penguin. But how?
That's adorable. We've already got our first quest lined up. Future DMs listening to this, you know what to do. All right, second to last question. Runii, what would you like remembered about you?
I'd like to be remembered as somebody smart, but also someone who helped people. You know, I think that that's not something I've really mentioned yet, but that's really important to me, honestly. Back at the SOW, I tried to help a lot of kids who were bullied and set up mentorship programs and stuff. And so I'd really like to be able to help people in general, but also find a lot of answers to questions I have just about magic and the arcane and all of that. So if I can do both of those at the same time, that would be awesome.
Yeah, like why did that penguin wake up on the iceberg, take one step, and end up in Nikamui?
Exactly. I must know. But I can also help it get back home if I know.
Yes. I think you're in the right place. Fire-breathing kittens investigating magical mysteries.
Investigator Runii is on the case.
And very last question. What is one message you would give to your fans?
Be yourself and... Actually, I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know if I have any fans.
You've got this. Be yourself, Runii.
Okay. I would tell my fans, be yourself. Don't let anybody hold you down. You can do whatever you want as long as you believe in yourself.
Yeah. And if they make fun of your pillow, throw it at them.
Exactly. Don't take any bad talk from anyone.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Thank you for joining us, Runii.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
And we'll see you in an upcoming adventure. Bye-bye.
Bye.